my name is Tony Kennedy. I'm here for a chat and a bit of fun with words. So we're just going to look at little phrases that pop up and stay in our mind, or give a novelty to our living. Maybe they're like little spiritual insights if you want, but short and snappy. So the first one is, if misfortune may come to us, we might say, when poverty comes in the front door, love flies out through the window. Just giving you that feeling of when people are really in need, or the huge drop of income, how it can affect the relationship in a small way or a big way, but it's difficult and it plays games with that relationship. Secondly, rather light-hearted one, love is blind, but the neighbours can see. So maybe if some teenagers are being a bit careless because they're so head over heels and they're not really thinking what other people might be watching them and looking, or if people are having an affair, you might not be able to see things, but there's always somebody around who might catch you out, whichever way you want to talk about it. But a rather funny one, which I heard in Cotter's pub in Kilworth. It was a sort of relation friend of ours, and we're talking jokingly about marriage, and he said, when keep your mouth shut and your wallet open is the secret of a happy marriage. So there's many little pointers, and maybe if you meet somebody who's always miserable, they're always complaining, never stop being negative, this is like a little sort of warning. You can't come up and say, well, you're a miserable beggar. So you just say, hey, better to light a candle than to curse the darkness. And maybe that sticks, maybe that just gets a little chord. It reminds me of when I was a young man and I had some troubles, whatever it was, and went to the doctors, and just before going into the doctor's waiting room, I saw this little phrase on the wall, and it said, I had no shoes and I felt sorry for myself till I met a man who had no feet. Oh, good phrase, yeah. So anyway, on I went, and went into the library, and just glancing through a book, opened a page, and what did I see? The same phrase. I had no shoes and I felt sorry for myself who had no feet. And if that clicks in with you, there's a huge message there. I think of that because that stayed with me. That was many years ago now. When I see the Syrian refugees and they're camping in the middle of winter, and they're absolutely frozen and suffering. They've been thrown out of the homes, and wherever badness or wherever sickness I have, it flies away, it just goes, because that's nothing compared with what other people are putting up with. I think one of my favourites now, let's just remember Joe Biden and Trump. Just came out of the blue, and that's what makes you sit up and listen. And he was giving out about Trump, and Trump had done something, and Joe Biden was waiting to see what the results would be. So he said, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. So I think that was, it just gives you that bit of colour to the relationship. So that was very good. Now, the last one, just for now, one that I love, and it's like it goes back into history, and it's when children or even a partner is wishing this and wishing that and wishing more and more, and you get tired of it. So I say to them, I say, you might need a bit of thinking. If wishes were horses, then beggars would ride. If wishes were horses, then beggars would ride. And I just think that's such a contrast, that there's the beggars, and they could be almost in the city now where we live. And you're saying, well, they can't ride horses. If they had a car, they might be able to drive. But I think the fact that it's in history draws you into it. So just a few thoughts, and I'm sure you have your own. Write them in if you can here. Okay, have a happy day from Tony. Bye now, bye-bye.